Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. They'll find Everett there, complete. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. This is fielded at the 27. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 37. Tua sets up to pass it. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Tua on fourth down. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first and 10, it's Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try to put his guy out in the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. That's one of those, Charles, when it works, it looks amazing, and when it doesn't, it means trouble.
Yeah, you're right about that one, partner, because that allows us to say, what are you thinking when it doesn't work? Although I know in his mind when he made the call, he was thinking about the amazing part. But in this case, I think the defense, they caught on to this fairly quickly, and they were able to force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with third and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, Herbert on third down. And this is caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing.
Touchdown! Tua finding his old Alabama teammate, Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taking it about the 1. DeAndre Carter returning it. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. His throw complete right side to the tight end, Parham. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender, because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you'll get the right angle on a big tight...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Well, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, as we break it down on next-gen stats, that entire play wound up taking just 2.4 seconds beginning to end. So they were on him in a hurry. Throwing on 2nd and long. Herbert into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. There he goes right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Now, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play they expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, good return up past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Miami set to take over.
Here we go.
It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged. At times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game in the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Tua. That's swung out to Mostert. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. On play action, here's Tua. They'll roll him out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from Carr. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I see a surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
Percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now he steps away, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on 2nd down, Herbert. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies. And that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football, they're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. So we've reached, well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the third quarter we march. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And Hill with it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Tua now on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take over here up near the 40. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
That's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's caught right side by Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful. And that strength was on display there. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Herbert. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. A disappointing end to that drive, making it to the red zone, but they'll again, CD, wind up with nothing.
And nothing, that's been the key word, because they've had drives throughout that have finished off with nothing. Can't finish off a drive to save their lives in this game, and this one winds up again giving them, dare I say it, nothing.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back, because he's holding things up and taking out extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. First down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Running the counter with Mostert. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49. A good pickup there of 22.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Okay, right.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give to Mostert running right. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. On a jet sweep, here comes Waddle. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Here we go. First down.
Tua now on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. Two extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I get on you for giving up on the game right here. But I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. On first down, it's Herbert. Open man is Palmer. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert back to the air. Eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Herbert now. His target, Allen. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Herbert. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And this was truly a